get started with an opening statement from Coach Bennett. Then we'll turn it over to the student athletes for questions. Once they're finished with questions, you guys will be dismissed, and we'll go back to Coach with questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I was really happy with how our guys played. Alex got us off to a good start. Came out there and knocked back threes down right off the bat. But more importantly, I think he had these two guys, our two seniors, captains, had sorry about that. They had our guys ready. So I thought our guys were ready to play against a good Santa Clara team, and we've played well against them all 3 times this year. But they're good. They're a good team. If they didn't have those games against us on there, they'd have a pretty dang impressive resume as a team. So, but we have another game tomorrow, and that's the game we wanted to be in, and that's the game. That was one of our goals to start the year, was to win the conference and win the tournament. So we have a big challenge ahead of us tomorrow, but I was really proud of the way our guys played. There's a lot of pressure in that game. That's a tough game to play, and these guys came ready to play.
Questions for Alex or Mason?
Alex, can you just talk about how the first half felt to you? The ball seemed like it was going in every time.
Yeah, I mean, every time I shoot the ball, I feel like it's going in. But to see a couple go through the net was really good. And, I mean, it's my job what I bring to the team is a space of floor and shoot the ball when I'm open. And my teammates and my coaches, credit to them, they give me all the confidence in the world to keep doing it, even though if I miss a couple. So once you make a couple, it kind of feels like the rim's a little bit bigger than it is.
Then you sort of turned facilitator there in the second half, right?
Yeah, I like to get that part of my game out there. I mean, Coach likes it too when I throw a few passes here and there in practice. So, we've been working on it. But, I mean, I just put it to these guys, and they do the rest of the work. So, I mean, it's not much of my doing. It's more of these guys finishing the ball.
Can you talk about the game that Mason had?
I mean, incredible. I didn't know you had 18 points, Mace.
I appreciate you.
Mace was a monster on the boards. I mean, if he makes a couple more free throws, it's a real scary night. But he's come along there, and I'm super proud of him. He works so hard, and he's such an engine for us with the 4. And, I mean, when we lost Jay Jeff, we knew that we were going to be all right because this guy cares so much about the team, cares so much about his basketball, and he's a great dude.
So, Mason, does this give you equal bragging rights in the household with your sister after yesterday?
I don't think I'm quite there yet. I think we have one more game till I can be in that conversation.
Talk about what you were able to do, especially with Mitchell going out with foul trouble, and you were sort of left a lot of big guys from Santa Clara to deal with.
Yeah, we knew that was going to be, it was going to be a scrappy game. It's going to be, a game on the boards. So that was definitely a mindset that I had going into the game to be, physical, kind of take the punch to them. And, my teammates are, kind of hyping me up as well. So I feel like we did a solid job there.
Those 2 free throws you finally made, how good do those feel?
Felt really good. Have the crowd cheering for that too. Definitely.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Gave me some energy.
Obviously, Joshua going down, not ideal in any respect whatsoever, but you two have been the biggest beneficiaries of that, either for Mason or Alex. How have you guys as a unit come together more collectively ever since that moment?
We always believe in next man up mentality, and that really shows in our team. It's not good losing a player, and we never wish that upon anyone, but we preach to our team and our guys next man up mentality, and I think me and Mason, knowing it was kind of our last go around, we really kind of took that on our chest and our sleeve and brought that to the past few games. But, I mean, job's not done. We've just got a lot of work to do.
Alex, can you talk about tomorrow's game? They got you pretty good at your place, and you were hoping to go 16-0, but they stopped that. Now you get another shot at them.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Gonzaga. They're a good squad, but I don't think they won the game. I think we lost the game last time at home. We've got so many errors in that game that we need to improve on, and I think we are getting better at that. I mean, we had 9 days off before this game. We really worked hard in practice and tried to clean up a few things. So, if anything, we hope they win this game right now, and we can't wait to see them next.
Any other questions?
Mason, early on in the year, you were getting some inconsistent playing time. How have your teammates, your coaches, and your supporting staff enabled you to be ready for this moment and your performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates and coaches have been huge in that process. Dating back to the spring, it's reminding me of all the work that we've put in over these last 10 months. Just always kind of, instilling confidence in me. So when that does happen, that one of our guys goes down, I'm ready to step into that role. So
Thanks, Mason. Thanks, Alex.
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Questions for Coach?
Shout it up and see you guys. Super job.
Randy, you've talked about how Alex's back has finally been better the last half of the season, but in the last 7 games, he's shooting about 50 or 60% from the three. Can you just talk about the rhythm he's gotten into and how important that's been for you guys?
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but it took him so long to get back to where he was. And even last year he had to do that. And then he hurt his back. He was out. We didn't there wasn't a lot of drama about it, but he missed 4 months. That's a long time for an athlete to be out. And so the thing he's done a good job of is taking him time to get back to this. I thought he started playing well in beginning of pretty much when league hit. And then as league, he gained confidence more and more. And he really was good in conference play. The numbers he had were really good. But he was patient. He didn't. We would have these conversations early in the year and say, "You're not there yet. Just keep helping us." He couldn't really play 30 minutes in, and he finally got his body in good enough shape, and then his confidence came right behind it. He's a high-level shooter, and so if you look at our shooting numbers early in the year, they were horrific, and as he came on, those numbers came on. We were really good offensively efficiency in league, one of the second highest numbers. I think the second highest number in the history of the league as far as offensive efficiency. So, in Gonzaga this year was first. So, it was all because, Joshua helped us there, Augustus helped us there, but Dukas is the guy who took it to where it is now. So, anyhow, he's been key. His play has been key. His leadership has been even better. He's been a terrific leader, and he came a long ways from last year where he had a lot of help to this year. I'm really impressed with how good a leader he's been.
Do you think Mason getting to watch his sister in person yesterday playing so well, did that rub off on him and get him fired up?
Mason's been playing well. He's been playing well. People tried making the narrative we didn't have Joshua, and that was going to – listen, Joshua's a good player, and we played off him, but Mason's a good player too. And so I don't know if it affected him or not, but he's done it. I mean, we've been pretty good since he's had to play those minutes, and he did it. He wiped out the kid from Pepperdine twice. We beat USF with him in there. He is a very good defender, and he did a really good job on 14 tonight when he played against him, and he's a good player.
Yeah,
O'Neal.
Dukas was talking about what you guys did the last week or so to get ready for Gonzaga, fixing the things that went wrong. You find your team in a different place than you were going into that game, or?
Yeah, probably. I think Gonzaga played well. Gonzaga's a good team, all right? They're really good. We don't play Gonzaga for sure tomorrow, so I'm not quite there yet, but we'll see. I think they'll win. USF's good though, and but we turned the ball over. Really, in that game against Gonzaga, there's a 7-minute stretch where we turned the ball over, and that was the separation of the game. The rest of it was a very even game. So we're gonna have to play better than we did last time. I think we had one player that played at a B level. You're not beating Gonzaga if you do that. You better have 4 or 5 guys playing at B level or above to beat them. And they are good, but I'm just glad we're playing the game. We did improve. We had a chance to clean up some stuff and get better, which I think we have. I really think I thought we were good on both ends of the floor. It's hard to beat Santa Clara, whatever. I think it ended up being 14, but to separate to 15, 16, 17, that's hard to do. We have, for whatever reason, we've played well against them. We shot it well, the whole deal this year. But they're a good team, and like I said, if it wasn't for us, their resume would look pretty good.
Randy, when people think of your program over the course of the years, it's a culture of toughness, it's a culture of togetherness. How have guys like Mason and Luke Barrett especially fit seamlessly into that culture, especially with plays like 3 offensive rebounds off missed free throws?
Yeah, we've been big on the boards all year, and Luke he's an elite offensive rebounder for his position. I know it's on everybody's scout, and he still goes and gets it done. He's relentless going there. And Mason has gotten better there, getting offensive boards. He's really good tonight. And for a while we just had too many guys that go to the boards. We had Saxon, we had Josh, we had Harry Wessels, who we think we'll have back for the tournament. We'll have him back tomorrow night. And then you got a guy like Mason that people don't even realize he's good. He's good, but he wasn't getting 25 minutes a game. Now that he is, people kind of see that he can number 2. So, but Luke's the one that throws them all off. He just relentless there. It's good. I thought Mason played great. We needed him, and we'll need him again tomorrow.
Anything else for Coach Bennett?
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach. All right, everyone, we're going to get started with an opening statement from Coach. We'll turn it over to the student athletes for questions, after which you guys can be dismissed, and we'll go back to Coach for questions.
Yeah, whenever this moment comes, it's always challenging. It's especially difficult to be skillful enough to say the right things. But I would tell you, as disappointed as we may be with our loss tonight, our hearts, and I know I speak on behalf of our entire staff and administration, are filled with gratitude for the men that we were blessed and enriched to coach. And certainly Chef, who came back for an extra year after a season-ending injury last year, is a big part of that. Christoph, an emerging young talent who showed incredible toughness Saturday and again tonight, playing with an injury that's quite painful. There's a lot of guys that they just would have waved the towel, and he tried and gave us everything he had, and that's a microcosm of our team.
Questions for the student athletes?
Carlos, you guys have had a terrific season, obviously, but you've had a rough time against St. Mary's, and wondering if you thought it could be different tonight and why it wasn't.
I mean, going into every game, we believe we can win. And just because our preparation and how we prepare for the games, and we faced this team before, and we felt like we was ready to go today. Sometimes the ball just don't end up in your court. They are a good team, and they capitalized on our mistakes, and it was a good game for them.
Was it disheartening to watch Dukas make 3 after 3? How difficult was that?
I mean, it's frustrating. You don't want to see the other team win, obviously, but we just, you got to move forward, roll with the punches. There's more aspects to the game, so.
Christoph, when you guys played them last time, I think you won the rebounding battle, which few teams have done against them, but tonight it looked like they had the edge again. What was the battle inside like tonight?
I mean, it's tough against them always, and they're known for that. We knew coming into this game that there's going to be a big factor, and I think every player tried their best. We got to learn from it. We got to be better at it. They had a bunch of offensive rebounds too, which lead to points. So we got to learn from it, and next time do it better.
Chef, I know it's only been a few minutes, but when you reflect on your 2 years here from when you walked onto campus to tonight, where do you find the most pride about where the program's been and now where it's at?
When I stepped on Santa Clara campus, I just automatically knew it was home. I trusted Coach Hurd. And the program just headed into a good direction. That's what made me come back the next year. I mean, this year with my injury. And I just, just trusted the program. I just liked the direction that it's headed in.
Any other questions for the guys? Thanks, guys. You're good to go. Questions for Coach?
Herb, why have they been, you guys came back on them the second game, but both times they got out in big leads, and they've been pretty effective against you, and you guys have been awfully good against everybody else. Is there a common thread there, besides the fact that they're pretty good?
Yeah, they are pretty good. I mean, they, I think, lost one game in our conference, so it's not just when they play us. They're a nationally ranked top 20 program, and at the top of our conference, Gonzaga and St. Mary's both share that national ranking and stature. So you got to give them a great deal of credit. They've sustained it for many years and do a great job. But at the same time, even though we didn't get the outcome we want, I think if we take a step back and we evaluate ourselves, nobody will be more critical than we will be. But at the same time, I am really encouraged and excited about our momentum, our direction. the progress we're making, and we're enjoying that journey. Okay, and tonight, win or lose, isn't going to be our final destination. But I think we're doing things the right way, and we're making clear and significant progress.
Coach, after USD, you mentioned tongue-in-cheek. I got to make sure my team knows what time the game starts in your estimation. Did they know what time the game started, and how did they attack those first few minutes?
Yeah, we might have been off by about 2 minutes, but we were closer this time.
There we go. And then when you reflect on the journey, like as you mentioned, trying to get to that final destination, what are you proud of in terms of the progress, and what more do you need to get over the mountaintop?
Yeah, I just feel, a tremendous sense of gratitude to represent Santa Clara University. It's a university with a tremendous spirit. I feel great gratitude in coaching the men on our team. I feel really blessed. The best thing that any of you could do, I'd recommend is get to know our guys, because I know I sound like a proud parent, or in my case, grandparent, but it's so true. We have great guys, and we don't take that for granted. And so even when things don't go our way, there's still a good spirit. There's still a sense of optimism and joy that is a great pleasure to be a part of. And so I'm looking forward already to next year. I'm looking forward to the guys that'll be back. I'm excited about the new guys we have. And, there's so many measuring sticks for our program that if you just blink and look back a few years ago, we've traveled a nice distance. And that doesn't mean to imply we're content or complacent or, in some place lacking humility. It just means we're excited, we're encouraged, and we're optimistic.
Question in the back.
Kind of speaking of the future, him had a really nice night tonight. 5 for 6 from the floor and 13 points. Where do you see him fitting in the future, especially with Maverick in front of him at the point?
Yeah, no, Christian is an outstanding young player, and you're right. That's a great question because he really stood out tonight in a special way. With Brenton being out, Christian has played a significant role for our team down the home stretch, but we see it every day in practice. He's extremely competitive, and he keeps getting better, and, he has a bright future. He comes from a basketball family. He's a winner. He won the state championship in Colorado as a quarterback. So he has a lot of attributes that impact winning. And it was great to see him play so well tonight. Each time he goes out, I think he gets a little bit more comfortable. And we needed him. And that was one of the signatures of this year's team, because it seems seldom, if ever, we had our starting five together. We had an odyssey of guys in and out, and no different tonight. And so the silver lining with that is I think it really allowed us to establish our greatest depth that we've had. So there's always, depends on how you choose to look at things, there's always the opportunity to see good in it.
And then with the ball, he's had a rough 3 out of the last 5 games. Anything that you think you can do to make him more consistent and do that 20-point?
Well, I'm not making an excuse for him or our team,
Is he still injured?
but Adama had an injury, and here down the home stretch, and a relatively significant one, and he missed several games. He didn't practice, and that has added to the challenge, right? And so he's a terrific player. He's a first-team all-conference talent. But, you know how you feel some days if you just have the flu, right? It's hard to be at your best. Well, it's the same thing, and it's not an excuse. It's just a reality. If you hurt yourself like he did, without getting into the details of his injury, that takes some wind out of your sails. And, and that's not an alibi for him, but that is a reality.
Anything else for Coach Sendek? Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.